What's up, everybody? This review, we're going to be taking a look at the Mezco 112 G.I. Joe Storm Shadow. Storm Shadow is probably one of my favorite characters from the G.I. Joe line. He's definitely my favorite ninja. I prefer him over Snake Eyes. I know a lot of people are kind of like one or the other, and you can like both. Just I prefer Storm Shadow. Here he is in that G.I. Joe Mezco style packaging. A little shorter, squared off versus like no tin can or anything like that. You got the side, the back that shows all of his different accessories, all the different sets of hands, head sculpts, his swords, the bow, just everything. He comes with quite a bit because he is a Mezco figure, so you know he's going to come with a lot. And then, of course, the front again with that classic artwork. And let's get him open and check him out. So when you take him outside of the packaging, you get the different clamshells. So you know there'll be a front and a back. The front one has the main body, the head sculpts, and the hands, the swords, and that sort of thing. The other one has a bunch of accessories and the stand. Also, this instruction sheet is included that shows you, where the shuriken can be stored and where everything can pretty much be stored on his body, which is really awesome. It looks like most of it will be able to fit on him. And you know, I like that. That's pretty cool. And here's a look at the second clamshell with all of the different accessories since it was behind that Storm Shadow. So we got the nunchucks and everything like that. Effects. Look at all those accessories. That's a lot. That's a lot, a lot. One of those things where you're like, man, I hope I don't lose any of these. And you know, one thing with clamshells is when you separate them, things go flying. So here's Storm Shadow. And just looking at him, I mean, I think he looks pretty awesome. I can't wait to check him out even more. But, you know, the head sculpt's up here, his size, his swords. One thing that I do love, and I wanted to show that, is that Mezco has been doing a thing where they put these accessories in like its own little holder. So this part will uh, come out of there. Let's see if I can pop that out without throwing everything everywhere. Never mind, there they go. But yeah, that right there. Like that's awesome to keep those hands together. And it looks like he has the same thing for his like kunai and shuriken and everything like that, which is really cool. So let's take a look at Storm Shadow before we get into like all the accessories and stuff. So just looking at him, looks pretty cool. Head sculpt looks better than I thought he was gonna look. Maybe not the most perfect one. I think everybody has an idea of kind of what they're looking for. But I don't think he's bad at all. I really kind of like it. I can deal with it. Kind of it for me. I would probably lean towards the actor that played him in the first GI Joe movie with and the second one with Channing Tatum, that version, like that actor. That's kind of who I would probably try to model a head sculpt after. But it looks good. Got the nice soft goods. He is in white, so that is kind of scary. You wonder how that's going to hold up, but it is a nice material. It's not like leather or anything like that. You just wonder about dirt and grime, that sort of thing. So it looks like he's got a undershirt, different kind of material. It looks nice. Nice harness here. The knee pads that are on stretchy little band, which is pretty nice. The boots look good. Nice sculpts. Get the bands. The wraps in there. Looks good. Pretty good looking figure. Get that hood up. You gotta test it out. That looks pretty nice. It's wired in here, so that's even better. You can pose it to try and get the look that you want, you know? Really nice. Pretty cool. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna go with. But let's get into some of his accessories. So these are the two different head sculpts that come with him that are masked. And this one is kind of a neutral with the eyebrows. This one is more determined. He is fighting, that sort of thing. So I guess that's pretty cool. I might leave him with the more determined face on there. But that is not bad. The actual head sculpt. That's growing on me even more. So it's gonna be between those two. For now, I'll put this one on, and I'll probably leave it on him for the rest of the review. So for his hand accessories, comes in this nice little packaging here. Kind of didn't want to just take them all out, but you know what? Let's check them out. And that feels pretty like it's gonna go flying everywhere. Always just be careful with your stuff. You don't want to lose anything. Even though it is kind of crazy, I like the way that they did this so that it is all kept together. So it's like little tabs. Just trying to be very, very cautious. Alright, here we go. So you got two fists. You've got an open palm, which is pretty nice. You know, I love that style right there. And the one right next to it is really cool too. So, not quite an open palm, but more like he just threw something. Or maybe he's throwing up one of those, like, I don't want to say lazy peace sign, but you know, like a what's up? You got this chopping hand or saluting hand. Let me use this side. Pretty cool. You've got one that has a like smoke bomb pellet. Really nice. This one looks interesting. So this one has 3 of them in his hand. Really cool. I mean, that's pretty nice to include something like that. You know, they could have called the first one and just said that was it. You've got a slightly open hand on the left. Pretty sure that's to hold one of his weapons. But it looks like he's got a couple other ones like that. That one was for the left hand. This one's for the right. This thumb down. Hold a weapon. So crazy getting these out sometimes. I don't want to dump it everywhere though, since I won't be pulling them all out. But this one is also like the other one with the thumb down. So almost 3 of them that look almost the same. You've got these open palm claw hands, like to climb. But you know, you don't have to climb, you know, you'll be fighting with it, clawing somebody. And then you've got these 2 knuckle hands, or yeah, I'll call them knuckles, which are pretty cool. But I believe it's for when you're drawing back the arrow, that sort of thing. So pretty cool. And that's it for his hands. So here's one set of hands. You know, I love these hands, that style. Hey, what's up? Throwing a hang. Maybe bracing for somebody, keeping someone at a distance. Love that hand style. About to do a move. Who knows? So expressive, just that one hand. And of course, you got this other one. Just kind of, you know, throwing up a, what's up? Throw those in together. And that's looking pretty awesome. I like that stance. Very nice. And again, I put the other head on there, the determined eyes. This dude is looking really cool. Liking him a lot. Really, really awesome. Looks good. And here he is holding his swords. Really cool. The hands look good with them in there. Very nice. And while we got the swords out, because I didn't go through them, pulled his hand off by accident. We've got these nice swords here. Nice silver on there. A little flimsy, but not bad. White and black on the handle. Looks really good. Then you've got the shorter one, which I forget the name for it. Then you got the size. Nice white on the grip. Nice silver. And that's it for the weapons in that first tray. That's it for the head sculpts in this first tray. And the hands. Kind of jumping around a little bit on this guy, because there's so many different ways to start, and you start messing around and you get a little sidetracked. But we'll go through some articulation real quick. Get that out of the way. So his head will look down only about that far. Not very far at all. Looks up really good. Side to side. Can tell just a little bit for some personality. That's pretty good. You get a little bit out of the, kind of barely out of the bottom of the neck. T-pose goes way up. Butterfly joint in there. Upper bicep cut. Double jointed pinless elbows that bend really well. Gets a little hindered by the brace on his arm, but still really good. You got the different hands with the pegs that can rotate and hinge. You've got a diaphragm cut in there that moves just a little bit. So barely forward. Goes back just a little bit further. You got like a ball waist. And then you rotate it. With those combined, you kind of get some pretty natural looking articulation. Again, not the best crunch. Mezcos have issue with like a forward ab crunch on most of their figures for me. Got the ball joint in the hips, upper thigh cut, so you got a rotation. Double jointed knees, bend really far. Nothing in the upper boot. Hinge and pivot for, oh, not really hinge, just a peg in there that lets you kind of move around everywhere. Pretty nice. And that's it for his articulation. Alright, so the second tray is the one that had the stand, and I pulled out the accessories from there. But I won't be getting into the stand. It just plugs into the base and just holds him. It's got the little 112 baggie. In case you want to throw your box away, you can keep all your accessories together. But the trays that came in there actually came out pretty good. They all had these little thumb tabs, so they came out a lot smoother. This is where we get into a little bit more of how I'll have him displayed, because I'm going to have that, his bow and everything on him, or his, holders for his swords. So let's see, we got this arrow quiver. It looks really nice. Looks pretty cool. Nice detailing in there. The texture, the pattern. It's got some scratches in there from being used. You can see those. Right there. Really, really nice. You got the arrows painted pretty good. I like that. You've got his bow. That is hinged. It does collapse for storage. Really cool. Such a nice thing, Getting that sort of thing down for like a smaller piece has got to be pretty crazy. Then you got where his swords go. Really nice. Plain on this side. Not too much going on, but you're not going to see that side. And then, of course, the swords go in. Oh, that's pretty cool. So that's cut out right here. It's not painted or anything. So when the swords go in, you can see it. That's very awesome. That's really cool. I mean, to pull that off, you got to be very, very careful. But they go in really nice. How nice that looks. Then, of course, you got all of these. I don't know if I'm going to pull these out or not. I think they actually can store on them, so I might put a few on them. Just so scary with the tiny parts. They're just gonna be lost forever. Got nunchucks, these curved blades. The smoke effect, like he's throwing it from the other hand. And the shuriken throw. Really cool. I might mess with those. Alright, so looking at his quiver, you can see the arrows run all along that backside down there. So I messed around with it and they slide out. Not all of them, but at least 3 of them for sure. And look at that. That's pretty awesome. And they hold in there pretty well because they've got these little piece here that helps hold it in place. Really, really awesome. They hold really tight. And then the swords have these 2 little pegs here on the side. And looks like they are molded to fit right in there. I believe you just press them in. Really nice. You don't gotta go, I don't believe you gotta go crazy with it, but they hold really well, from what I can tell. And then it's got these 2 little pegs, and Storm Shadow's back has 2 little pegs right there. So just gotta line it up. Really nice, just like that. After you push those all the way down and where you need to, then you can take the quiver. And then just gotta line it up. And that just, goes right on over. So look at that, just like that. So awesome. That looks really good. So when you take off the top part of the case for this, you know it's very nerve wracking because you're like, yeah, these are definitely gonna go flying everywhere. They have a little piece of like tape or cellophane wrap because they know it too, which I'm really glad that they put that on there. So you just pull that back and then you can grab what you need. Again, I'm using the size to kind of pull everything out because I am going to put a couple of these on him. There are these two little posts right here on him. I believe that's for these little mini shuriken to go on there. I'm not doing that. No way. I feel like too easy. You know, I'm trying to look good while minimizing losing parts. Pretty sure that's why they give you extra because they get 3 slots for these throwing knives, and I guess there's 3 extra ones just in case you lose them or something. So, but I don't like to lose anything, or it's gonna really bother me. So pretty cool. I'm gonna close that up. There's his shuriken and stuff. That is more than I need right there, or everything I need. Looks just fine on his chest. No need to go too crazy, at least for me. Call me scared, call me what you want. I don't care. Okay. So, the other clamshell. Yeah, these are awesome bad boys. There's nunchucks. Real chains. Look at that black and silver. That looks nice. The detail looks really good. And I've got his hands for a sword on, and they double up as for his nunchucks. Really cool. Really nice. And these actually fit in this little holster right here. Very cool that they got, you know, real chains in there. Kind of what you expect from Mezco is like a little something to make it different from anything else you would find. That's what makes them, you know, more premium. Check that out. Very nice. And here he is with his little hand sides, those little short curved blades. They look really awesome. I mean, he's looking loaded up. Looks really cool. And those hands double up again because they go hold those. So just so awesome. And this dude is so badass right now. And one of the cool things is these are also storable. So right here on that quiver, it's got this little open gap right there, and a little looks like something goes there. It's because these bad boys with the curved side in will go in. Then you can just press down, and they don't really snap, but look at that. It holds really nice. So then you take the other one and do the same thing. And you can just feel like they're in there really nice. and then just plug it in again. Sometimes it seems easier said than done. Like, how cool is that? So you've got throwing knives, these nunchucks with the real chains. You've got these little, hand sides. You got his, two swords, his katana. I think it's like a wakizashi. You got his arrows that can be removed, like all on him. And you could have the little throwing stars on him too. I'm just not doing that. So that's a lot. Like, how awesome is that? That's so cool. So, for the throwing shurikens, the there's I don't know if I care for that so much. They're a separate piece, but they're supposed to be held on by tension. The throwing hand, and I think I want to say Snake Eyes had a better version of this. I can't remember how his held on, but it's a lot better than this. So I won't be using those at all. But that effect that Snake Eyes had, the first version, is one of my favorite things about them, having those throwing shurikens. So that's a little disappointing that I can't use those. Like, I really, really hate that because that has a really nice effect. And I think I showed him with his side in his hand. And of course he has two. And another thing you can do with this shuriken that I just saw was the end of it here, how it holds on with tension for the other hand. Actually has a little opening you can put on the blade. And it does kind of balance and hold it like he's deflecting them. But still really flimsy, comes off really easy, and again, still not going to use them. So for comparison, we have the G.I. Joe classified Cobra Storm Shadow, and he looks pretty awesome. He's got this compound bow here. You can see the little wheelie on it, and Storm Shadow looks like he just has a collapsible, like standard one. This what is it, Ninja Force style one doesn't have a string at all. But these two are the most comparable for because they go for the same style, same look. And I mean, they got the Cobra symbol. Look very similar, but this one has a lot more black in there to kind of break up that color, which is pretty cool by me. I like it. You can see he's got these little throwing stars on his belt. He also has the quiver that has his two swords. Very nice. So just really, really similar. This one isn't a bad one at all. This was a really good figure. It's just, this one does cost more, but he is the definitive Storm Shadow in the collection, as he should be. What's crazy is they're all about the same height. This one looks bigger because his hood is done weird, but he's got more of a yellowish to the white, and I don't like that. I wish it would have been like more pure white, which is what the Mezco one is. This one even looks a little tan, just a little bit compared to the Mezco one. He's got the quiver and a single sword. Yeah, again, about the same height, which was kind of unexpected because I expect all Mezco figures to kind of outscale these standard ones. And he's so awesome. Definitely the definitive one. And then, for another comparison, what would it be without Snake Eyes? So this is the first release Snake Eyes. which looks really awesome. They look really good together. They're going to be about the same height. Just really, really cool. What's a little strange is, and this is one thing that I like, and do want them to have more on is um, his clan symbol. I mean, it's his clan, it's his family lineage. He should have their symbol somewhere on there, even if he didn't leave on like good terms or anything like that. It's still his family's crest. It's his symbol. It should be on him somewhere. Snake Eyes has it on his shoulder. And even this classified one had it on his quiver. This one has it as a gold symbol on his chest. He should be rocking it somewhere. Letting everybody know that's my family line. That's my clan. Which is crazy. Definitely should have been on there somewhere. Unless I'm missing it somewhere, but yeah, now that I think about it, nothing really popped out at me. So that's pretty crazy. That'd be a downside for me. But yeah, they look great together. About the same height, which means they scale with these classifieds just a little bit. Oh, kind of, sort of. They're a little bit bigger when I see them, like right there. That Snake Eyes definitely looks bigger, taller. Makes it stand out a little bit more, the differences. But not super horrible. They're not like giants. So overall, I'm gonna say I really love this Storm Shadow. Am I a little biased on it? Maybe, since he is my favorite ninja and one of my favorite Joe series characters. Period. But I don't know. I don't think I am. I think it's a really, really good figure. The articulation's pretty nice. The suit looks really good. I like the color of it being like more of a pure white. You saw them next to those classified ones where they're a little off white. I like that he can hold most of his accessories, his swords, the arrows, those curved blades, the nunchucks, the throwing uh, knives. He can hold the shurikens. I'm not going to mess with that again. But he can hold so much, and then they come with so many hands, the different head sculpts. I do like the unmasked head sculpt. It's not bad. Uh, but I am going to leave him like this on my shelf, like with the masked head. And he looks so badass with everything on him. Just a really, really nice figure. I don't know what else to really ask for in a Storm Shadow. It's pretty cool. One of my favorite ones looks was a 1/6, I think, sideshow version, which looks really cool. And I hope we can get a version that looks like that, maybe in a Mezco form. That'd be pretty cool. I guess the only thing I can really ask for in Storm Shadow is to get another version of it that is going to be just as awesome, hopefully. That just says how much I really love the character and how good of a job they did on this one. I mean, I really like it a lot. Everything about it is pretty good. The sculpt, the soft goods, the weaponry, pretty nice. Um, I think he fit right in with my Joe classified series or in a scene or something like that. Of course, the Mezcos will stand out just a little bit more because they have more detail in them, but you can fudge them. They look good in there. And this is again definitive Storm Shadow for my collection now. So I like it. Hopefully you guys saw everything. Mezco's got a lot to go through. Hopefully you saw everything you needed to kind of make up your mind and decide on what you want if this is for you. Again, being a Mezco is kind of a little bit pricier than normal, but I mean to have that definitive version, that's pretty cool. I think it's pretty worth it. But that's just for me. Again, I'm a big fan of his character, so yeah, that's gonna be it for this review. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Later.